Hello? It's 11 seconds. Hi. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Так, слышим. You can wave if you can hear me. Okay, I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes more to have more people here, then I'll start. Cool. Oh, this is so exciting. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna wait a couple of more minutes to see more people. Then we will start 11 o'clock. Cool. Okay, we have 4 people. This is so exciting. 6 people. I'm very curious who are those people? Или кто они? What are you making? So recently I have made some dumplings and I have been asking a lot of questions like, hey, how you roll the dough or tin? Are you using some machine or things like this? And I was like, no. Ever since I am kid, my grandmother taught me how to roll the dough. I think the main thing is how to make the dough. So I'll show you how to make the dough and how to roll it thin enough to make dumplings, or I don't know, you can make paratas, chapatis, or we make katamas. I'm very curious who's my audience. Like, if it is only English speakers, then I can speak English. If it is Russian, Kyrgyzlar болса, орыстар болса, then I can speak those languages. Kyrgyz болсаңыз, орыс болсаңыз, жазыңыз. Орысша сөйлең, қырғызша сөйлең. Or if it is only English speakers, then I can speak English. So please leave comment if you can hear me, if you can see me, then I will continue in that language. Well, now I will start to make my dough. Hi, cool, it's English. Right now I'm getting only English languages, so I'll do in English language then. So for my dumplings, you can go to my channel and see I do a lot of dough-based dishes. So I'm gonna make how I do my doughs. It's super simple and I make super fast. It's not that complicated that how it look like. Ingredients I have just prepared for myself, so it's, you know, like a faster. I got dough. It's just an not non-bleached all-purpose flour, and for recently I have found out, like before I wasn't doing it that we use starch, potato starch, corn starch. Yes, I will show how I do a dumplings. I'll fold it. I have already prepared my stuffing, so we will, if you're gonna be with me till the end, I'm gonna do a dumpling and I'll start to cook and I will stop in there, and then later on I'm gonna show. I am from Kyrgyzstan. I'll tell about that, and at the same time I'm gonna start my dough. Well, this is not vodka. I like to keep my water in this bottle so it can just rest. So I got water, I got salt, I got flour, and I got starch. That's all I need for my dumpling dough. Start with salt. Very important when you make a dough. Yeah, I know, right? I have been getting comments on this a lot. So when you make a dough, it's very important you get the enough amount salt, because if you don't put enough salt, when you cook, when the dumpling is cooked, it can be like soggy. It will not hold the shape. So make sure that you get enough salt. I know it's not that healthy, but it's important. So after salt, I'm gonna put some water. I'll keep it with me, so if I need more, I'll add more. I'll mix it so it is the salt is dissolved. Well, basically, we use very cold water for dumplings, and we make like very tough, like a hard dough, because it's gonna rest for a while and you're gonna keep on kneading, which will make the gluten work, and then dough comes back. So don't worry if you will make a very, very tough dough. That's how it should be. And also, it's my first live, so don't be very, very judgmental, because I am a little excited and overwhelmed at the same time. So I put the flour, I put the starch, and I'm gonna mix and I make a nice, very tough dough. If it is necessary, you will add some water. So at the beginning, don't add too much water. If you need more, you can add anytime. Right, I'm gonna make it close to you. So this flour is actually when I roll the dough. So I'll keep it this side, so you can see how hard it's gonna be. What's your name? Well, as my channel says, my name is El Nura. So ever since I moved to Middle East, people start to call me Nura. So that's how I became slowly after 8 years Nura, and I like it. It's short. If I'm saying El Nura, people keep on asking like what. So I like to be Nura. So my name is Nura. Perfect. So I'm making. It's my weekend today. It's my holiday, so I'm gonna make dumpling for lunch. Well, dumpling you can eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, doesn't matter. As I said, so it's very, very dough. It's not easy to knead, but you gotta put a little bit of, work here. As I say on my reels and my films, that it's meditating. So like, you can put the aggression here. I think this is a good place to let it go. Okay, we're gonna work on this. Actually, I'm quite excited that I'm getting some people to see, because I don't have at this time much followers. I have started recently, like it has been like maybe 5-6 months that I start to make a films and I start to put them, you know, load them in YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And I was like, one of my, actually, it's my fiance told me like, hey, you should go for live, it helps. And I was like, okay, let's do this. Okay, so as you can see, gluten is working now. It's getting like silky, but it's not yet done. You should work a little more. It's perfect. Great work. Thank you. I know. What's your name? Well, my name is Nura, full name, but you can call me Nura. I like that. And I'm from Kyrgyzstan. Not a lot of people know in this part of the world. Currently, I live in Canada. So Kyrgyzstan is Central Asia. It's not that big country. It is just 8 million population in Central Asia. We border with China, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and those countries also love dumplings. We call it manты. Right? This is done. So I'm gonna need a little bit more. Well, this part you should not skip, because as much as you need, this makes the dough more elastic. Then so when you roll, it's easier. Perfect. Right. You can see it's silky now. It's still hard, it's still tough dough, but this is how it should be. Okay. So guys, you tell me from where you are now. I know that my audience mainly was Canada, United States, and India, and Uzbekistan. So what time is there? We are 11 o'clock here. So I made the dough. It's not a lot. I'm gonna make maybe like 4 or 5 dumplings just to show you, and I'll make one bigger dough, and I'll keep it for a while, just like this, maybe like 15-20 minutes. Ideally you can keep for an hour. It will get just better. So as we are live, I don't have that much time, so I'm gonna keep just for a couple of minutes. Right, we don't need the water now. Here, I got the stuffing for you. We don't eat a lot of meat. Meat is the best stuffing actually for any dumplings, but we don't like a lot of meat. We mainly go either pumpkin or potatoes. So today I'm doing potato, onion. Yeah, actually I'm gonna show like this. We love coriander, so I put coriander. You can go crazy here, whatever works for you. For butter or fat, but I use, that's my homemade ghee, so I put the ghee. Tastes much better. We got some spices. So spices, very important. I love them and it makes it just better. Some people don't like spicy. I think you gotta try. You have to mix it. I love small coriander, so I put some coriander, I put some black pepper, some red pepper, cumin powder. That's it. That's all we need. Don't be greedy, put a little bit more. And that's all. So I'm gonna nicely mix it all. Oh, almost forgot. I haven't put salt yet, so I have to put some salt here. I have done this before. When I was a kid, I made one time dumpling without salt. I remember that. I was super excited. Dough was so good, no tears, you know, like it all juicy, but there was no salt. Guess how I fixed that? So I put some salt in a vinegar, and then when everything is ready, I just put on the top of dumplings. It was fine. No one complained. Right? Cool. So I'm gonna make nice stuffing here. You guys don't smell it, but smells already delicious. The mix of onion, spices, and ghee, just delicious. Normally, personally, I would not eat much of a gluten. So this dough, which I made, is mainly for my friends, for my fiance, and personally, I like to have gluten-free or whole wheat, like a atta flour, which is like if I'm craving, but I try to avoid. So I have made another dough before this for myself with atta. Atta is a Indian flour which they use a lot in their household for roti, chapati. That flour I like to use also for everything, literally. Cool. Alright. This is ready. You will be shocked, but that's how we check for test for the salt. Like literally you can take, like, you can put your finger and check for salt. Yummy. Cool, this is ready. I'm gonna put it aside. This is my beautiful kitchen. Gonna wash my hands here. I like to see all the messages, so I'm gonna keep on moving my video. Salt goes back. And also, I'm gonna save this video. I'll keep it on my file. I think it's gonna be very nostalgic and first video for me, which I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna enjoy it eventually, or maybe after a couple of more lives. Right. As you can see, it rested a little bit, so it's easier now. It's more elastic, but it's not yet ready. So I'm gonna hit a little bit. Don't start to roll or don't start to make a dough until it is like, you know, it's more elastic. Like, you know, when you shape it, it looks silky. Like it's not yet ready. Like. Right now. So now I'm gonna just divide and I'm gonna keep separate. Like if you're making it, like if you want it perfectly like same size, of course you can weigh them and then you can get the exact amount. It's 20 grams, I don't know, in LB, so like 20 grams. Like normally I just do it because I don't have to have like a perfect shapes for home, but I know like how big or how small I want. Perfect. Gonna have approximately this much. I don't want to like huge big ones. I don't want small like tiny ones, so it's gonna be good. And also, if you're liking this, you can subscribe, you can like, share. That motivates me to do more, to become more brave. And as I said, I'm not gonna make a lot because I just like to show you. And for myself, I have another dough, which is like from different flour. 4. And I got this one. I'll make 5 actually. Okay, 5 here, and the rest I'm gonna make like one big rolls. Perfect. As you can see here, super silky, nice, means dough is getting ready. So I just needs a little bit more rest. And I got those ones also, tiny ones. Just a quick roll. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'll keep it here like this. Believe me, it's not gonna take like a lot of time if you organize. Like to make stuffing for me with potato, onions, maximum takes like 20 minutes for all this, and then all this dough. Like right now, to make a dough and to make them like at this time we have spent 20 minutes, and let's see how many minutes we're gonna spend to roll them. Cool. We're gonna rest for a little while. Why the resting is important? Because then it's easy to roll them. Now, as I said, I made another dough for myself with atta flour. This is how it's look like. It's also nice, but it's like, as you can see, it's a whole wheat, so the color is very different. It's not that elastic like white flour because it doesn't have a lot of gluten. But I also add here a little bit of starch. I use potato starch. It's like, even for big families, I'm a girl who has grown in a huge family, like family of 20 people. And I used to make like this, small ones, from scratch. It doesn't take long. Yeah, like you have to spend time like folding it, but you always have some hands at home, right? Like grandfather, your husband, brother, I don't know, your kids, if they are grown a little bit, so they can help you too. Doesn't take much time. Right, this is atta flour. So I'm gonna keep it here. I'm gonna roll those. Doesn't have to be good, works perfectly. Amazing. So like who have just joined, I can show. This is white flour just to make you guys look like how easy to work with a white flour, but due to health condition, like not health condition, it's icing, I would say it's a preference. I like to use the atta flour. It's a little, but color-wise, little brownish, but it works perfectly. So I got 2 of them. Yeah, I'm gonna let them rest. Yeah, it's very important to keep them like covered so there is no air flowing, otherwise it will get like hard on the top. Rolling, all I need is this. You can have small one, you can have big one. When I was a kid, we used to have like a couple of them because we used to do a lot of dough dishes. So it was like this big ones. That's more handy actually, but this works for me too. After a while, I learned how to do folding, so even like a huge like this plastins, like a doughs, I can still do with this one, and I'm gonna show you how. I'm actually gonna start with small ones first. When I say it's easy and it is fast, because when you use those small ones, personally, like a lot of people I have used, they will make one huge and they will just cut with the fork, like with the knife, with the glasses, the shape they want, round or square. But this one's is faster, I'm telling you, because you can roll them together. Just put some flour. And when you do it together, just put enough flour and nothing will happen actually. You got enough flour on each side. And you put like one on other. And you're gonna surprise how fast it's gonna be. More flour. The important thing is like, when you roll, don't press too much. Like, be gentle. You don't have to do that. It's actually, let this do the job. Like, don't use so much of power, otherwise you're gonna be tired and this will be like sticky. So like, you don't have to do that. A little bit flour more. I know you would say like it looks easy, but when you do, it's not that easy. Like, if you will stop being scared, and then if you start to do it, actually, it's not that, hard. It's super easy. So it's almost done. I don't like, when I do dumplings, I don't like it to be like too thin, because when you eat it, there is enough juice so it can hold itself well. And when you start to form, so you're gonna take a little bit of dough, so it will get more thin. So be mindful, don't make it like too much, because it is easy to make it too much. So I'm gonna, once it's done, I'll just go one time to just make it even. Done. Normally, if you go to somewhere, it's like a 5 dumplings is a. I work in a food and beverage hospitality, so 5 dumplings is a 1 portion. Most of the places, yeah, if they're not greedy. So, how many minutes I spend for this one? Like, except talking to you, if I am concentrating and I'm just rolling, max to max 3 minutes, not more. If everything goes well, of course. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see. It's perfect. It's not too thin. It's not too thick. It's perfect. And when I'm folding, of course, it's gonna get more thin. I consider that, and I'm gonna keep it as it is. I'll put it back to rest while I am doing with this one. I'll not fold my mantas right away because once you put the stuffing, it will get all soggy, and I don't want that. So normally I always fold everything, and I put enough flour between so it will not come together. Then when I have all my doughs, then I shape them together. Now we're gonna make the more exciting part to make it like bigger dough. And what I'm gonna do with this one, also dumpling. Or in my part of the world, we call it hanum or romomanti. So I'll make it like one giant, and I will just put the stuffing and I'll just roll. I like that one over like a one simple dumplings. For some reason, like people really say like it's a lazy manti, you shouldn't be doing that. But I think it's more tasty. Maybe because I like dough a lot. Cool. That's my trick. That's how I roll dough. Like I always fold them. But you have to make sure that you have enough flour between. And of course, like you make sure that it's rested well. Why I like making doughs my hand, I have a machine. Believe me, I have a machine, but I tried a couple of times. No, this is more enjoyable, and I got my muscles worked. I'm not a big fan of kitchen gadgets. I like to do with my hand in a simple way. If you did it a couple of times, it's not that time consuming. When you roll a dough, especially the big one, make sure that you don't press the middle part. So you have just work from the side, and eventually it will get there. Otherwise, the big mistake what you can do, if you're scared of making not even, when you start to press middle, even though it's like, you can see it's thick here, still thick, like, and then here, not that much. Eventually, like, if you're gonna stretch this part, this part will get stretched. Logical, right? That's how I do. If I have bigger one, I may not fold, but if I have a small one, I do fold a lot. And it is faster actually when you fold the dough. Here it comes. nowadays not a lot of people do this. Like, why I'm very concentrating making from scratch, because like, if you're gonna go to the shop, the same dough, like even worse, because you don't know what is inside, will cost you, I don't know, back in my country it was like at least 100 some for one list, like. And if you're gonna make it, it's cheaper, of course. Especially here, like if you have like this family, it can be an activity for a whole family working together. That's another reason when I say it, like don't press and don't roll the middle, work on the sides, because like I am folding it, right? So like, even though I don't want to, it will get there. So you just concentrate rolling the sides. It comes. Okay, people. Hope you're enjoying this. Let me know if you need some more information to be more clear somewhere in the comments, so I can respond. Okay. Now, when it is like in a good enough big, I start to roll. No pressure at all. Let the roll do the job. You just go easy. Like this. You will be laughing how I learned making this. It's my grandmother. It was very important for her how to roll the dough. Let me make this way later. How to roll the dough, because most of our dishes, I'm from Kyrgyzstan. Our main ingredients on our any food, it's dough, potato, and meat, and onion, of course. So like, it was very important when she was teaching me how I do this right, how I keep the shape. As you can see, it's getting there. You just enjoy the moment. It's like almost like a meditation. And as you can see, it doesn't stick at all because it's elastic enough. You have knead them a lot. And it will get just bigger and bigger. When you realize that it's getting like more silkier, you put some flour. You don't have to risk. You know, it's not worth it. And you keep on rolling. As I say, I told you guys, like if you're making dumplings, make the small one. That's much faster. I mean, if I'm making this one, of course, maybe like 5-6 more time I'll do this and it's ready. But if I'm making small one, I would make long time, 20, 40. Oh, it's almost done. As you can see, it's getting thin. Of course, we can roll them like to make it more thin, like long enough. But for dumplings, we don't have to. And we're gonna stop somewhere, like maybe like 3-4 times more. So I said no pressure. So when you don't put the pressure, it rolls even. If you put pressure, it might be fast, but doesn't worth it. The end product, you will not like it. That's good. As you can see, right? And if I want thinner, then I can do this. It's always easier. You can control like which part, like for example, see it's even, right? Nothing happens because you need them enough. It's not gonna tear apart. You don't have to be scared. That's the beauty of adding a little bit of starch. So it stays the same. Look at all here. Nicely done. Ready. Well, so what we're gonna do with this one? As I said, I'm gonna make the lazy dumplings with this because it's thin enough and it's big. And then the rest 5 here, I'm gonna form like actual dumplings. Alright? Sure. Let's make this one first. For the lazy dumplings, we always put some oil and then we roll them. I got some, you can use any oil, preferably ghee or butter, tastes better. I try to avoid like canola oil unless you are making it yourself, like but I use either olive oil or I use avocado oil. So I'm gonna just put a little bit. Basically you use the oil which you have, which you use in your household. And my stuffing. We don't put a lot because you're gonna roll it and it just have to be between. If you're gonna put a lot, it will break. So I don't like to do that. This is good amount. And once it's open, I got my stainless steel called Mantakaskan steamers, so I use this one. But for this too, you have to put some oil in it, otherwise the dough sticks to the stainless steel. So it's when you take out, it's easier. You spread some nice oil. I'm gonna keep it here. This one, and we just roll this. Let me put this one. Just roll this one. Voila! If you're lazy, this is the easiest dumpling. O hanum, o romo mante. You put here, very nicely form it. That's it. Now, I'll show you how I will form these ones. Just 5 of them. And I got the other dough, this 5. It's very entertaining, like if it's your weekend and if you like to have some family time, I think this is the perfect thing to sit together. One person can roll, the other person can already put the stuffing and form it. Cool. How I do form, it's like tons of different forming dumplings. You can do whatever works for you, or you can check YouTube. It's a lot of them, or you can check I have shown how I do. So like recently I have found this one, and it's super easy. How you do is like you just take, pinch, take, pinch, take, pinch, pinch. But when you pinch, you literally press it. There we go. Pinch, pinch. And you can make it together. You can keep it open. I like it, close it. There you go. Super fast. Or when I like it is to make it like the other side. I think I'll put a little bit more stuff in. There you go. This is the part. Like you take one side, the other side. One side, the other side. One side from the other side. You know, you take it, you pinch. Take, pinch. Take, pinch. Take, pinch. Take it, pinch it. Take it, pinch it. Take it, pinch it. Same. And you do till the end. Perfect. Whatever works for you. And then like moon, how they do the moon one, right? Okay. For that, you take one side, the other side, the other take one, another side. So as you can see, I'm taking from sides, so it's getting a little thin. So that's why it's very important when you roll the dough, you don't make it too thin, otherwise it will like you will break the dough. Cool, here we go. Easy, right? So for this one, you do both sides. For this one, you do one side. And this, you just make it round. So this is my favorite. That's what I'm gonna do. Take it both sides, you start it, and then just go like this. Cool. Well, if you like to have the tutorial for this, it's on my Facebook, it's on my YouTube. You can check. So you take both sides here, and then you start to pinch, take and pinch, take and pinch, take and pinch. Actually, I'm enjoying this life, actually. Normally I would cook and I'll be all on my toes, but here I can talk to you guys. People can comment, ask questions, like people who is interested in this. And to make all this, so one of those, and how many of those? Like 5 of this, to make a dough from scratch and then roll, took us 51 minutes. I'm gonna put it and it will cook maximum 25-30 minutes. And this is easily enough for 2 people. You can eat 1, 2. While it cooks, you can make some sauce. I have done that, you can find it. Yeah, super simple. It was nice to chit chat. I say bye, and I'm gonna save this. Super enjoyed. And if you like to check out the end product, I'll put it on my Instagram. You can find it on my portfolio profile on YouTube. Yeah, cool. It was nice to seeing you, and I say bye.